Hello, hello, hello. This is my first live, and I don't think there's anybody in here. Um, but I'm hoping I have my stuff connected well. Kind of decided, you know, uh, I've been unemployed since I got laid off in January 2024. And there's part of my day where I just wish I could talk to other people in my same predicament about some of the challenges in terms of finding a job in this new world that we live in that's very much social media based, um, internet based, because the challenges I'm facing are totally new to me. Uh, I am 58 years old. I've had numerous jobs and typically haven't had too much of a problem finding a new job. Um, so having put out a lot of resumes and done a lot of job applications, some of the challenges that I'm facing these days are a little different, new to me, and it's challenging, and I'd like to know and see if other people are facing the same things and what they're experiencing. Now again, if you do come in to this live stream. Again, it's my first one. I'm hoping that I have my information uh, or my equipment set up right. I'm trying to figure out if my mic seems to be very, very low, but I can't really tell. I don't want to mute it. So if you come in here and you because I don't have an external mic. I'm hoping that the mic is working on my headset or my computer, but the volume button that I'm seeing seems very, very low. If you come in here, comment and tell me what it is that you're experiencing in terms of the sound. I think I wonder if, what would happen. Let me check my iPad. Let's do some, since I'm alone, it seems. Let me do some technical troubleshooting myself and log into my own channel and see my videos, see what's going on. By the way, I hope you're having a really, really, really great day. Let's see. My videos. Will it not let me log into my own live? Why can't I? Videos. Eh, why am I not being able to log into my own? But I have to be under another name? Shoot. Um, I guess I'll figure that out. Let me just talk louder and see if I can get the little things here to go up a little bit. Or let me see here. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't get it. Let me try. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not. I don't know. If somebody comes in, and maybe, I'll cut this short after I talk a little bit and I'll go back and listen to it myself and it ends up being a total train wreck, then I'll delete it and do a live stream another day. So this is all kind of new to me and I'm playing around with it and trying to figure out all of the technicalities that go into it. If you do watch it, if I do leave it on, if I don't delete the whole thing, if you can hear me, because I'm not sure if you can, um, because my mic little icon is, out of 6 dots is only showing one or two, and that's depressing. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try apps using your microphone, Google Chrome. Uh, Microphone access on. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I might have to play with this. Let's see, system. Let's see. Troubleshooting. Nope, nope. Where can I sound input and devices? Well, it says it's from my earphones. I mean, yeah, my headphones. Volume. Let me turn up the volume maybe, and let me go back to see if I have more dots. Let me go back here and turn up the volume again and see if I have more dots. I don't know. Well, it looks like maybe a little bit more dots. I don't know. Uh, huh. Okay, I'll play with this. Again, this is my first time, lots to learn, and might have to get with somebody that's done this before and get some help, and maybe eventually get one of those, boom mics or something like that. In the meantime, if you do watch this, if I do leave it up, or if you do end up joining at some point, I think one of my biggest challenges, I live in a very rural community, so there's very few job opportunities. I think the company that laid me off is the biggest or one of the biggest employers in the area. So obviously, I can't go there and get a job, um, even though they got rid of the manager that made my life miserable. Uh, however, um, I would say that there's very few job opportunities and the skill sets that I have in the surrounding area. I would have to travel maybe at least 45 minutes at least, maybe to get a job locally. But that again with gas prices and all that kind of stuff, and I'm horrible driving in the winter. I'm not a good winter driver. So half the year I'd be panicking and, freaking out about, making those drives through mountain passes and that type of thing. So, getting a job here is hard with the skill sets that I have. So I've been focusing on remote because a lot of things that I do can be done remotely, but I'm not getting any real bites. And, I've changed my resume up a little bit here and there. I might plug it into an AI and see if an AI can do a better job. Of course, probably it can. Um, and see if I can, do another version. In the meantime, I'm trying to develop new skill sets, taking advantage of the Idaho Launch Program. When I first graduated high school, I went into medical coding, medical transcription, all that kind of stuff, but found as I later in life wanted to get back into that field, couldn't because I wasn't certified, and I didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to get certified for something that I knew how to do. But being that I'm unemployed and this Idaho Launch Program enables me to get free schooling and certifications, I've decided to, focus a little bit on that area since I've been there before and have done medical coding, medical transcription, medical office, and all that kind of stuff, and get those certifications and have them in my pocket because I think that's a skill set that's good to have, and hopefully if my call center, customer service, sales, retention, technical support, if I can't get any bites on that end in a remote thing, maybe I can get either a remote or local job in the medical field, doing medical coding, medical transcription, whatever, because I'll have the certifications. Um, so I'm trying to do as much as I can. I started this YouTube channel in my downtime after I got laid off back in January. I spent a lot of time researching things on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of fell in. And probably before I got laid off, I fell into the anti-Scientology community because I third generation kind of born and raised Jehovah Witness. Don't practice it anymore. Um, and I was doing. I go down some rabbit holes in terms of researching uh, basis of religions and where teachings came from and how things are tied together and that type of stuff. Ooh, wrong way, wrong way. Whatever. um, but I kind of fell into the Scientology stuff more so than the ex-Jehovah Witness videos because of the fact that uh, it's just so polarizing in terms of, I shouldn't say polarizing. Oh, what's the word? It just blows my mind that so much is going on for so many years and the government's not doing anything about it. When you talk about Jehovah Witnesses and the Watchtower and Bible Tract Society, perhaps being kind of a real estate scam kind of thing. Um, Scientology's way worse. And quite frankly, up until I started following the Scientology movement, I didn't even realize that I was raised in a high control religion. I have a lot of mental and emotional residual effects from that experience. I'm not going to go into that now. That would be a whole different video. But the that led me down this track of just following all of these Scientology creators and realizing, there's some similarities here. Um, and then having this challenge of not finding a job, I thought, well, when I'm looking for jobs, applying for jobs, taking these classes for medical coding and transcription and stuff. I still have a lot of time during my day. What else can I do? Well, I'll start a YouTube channel to support the anti-Scientology community and that type of thing. And my videos to date have not shown my face or represented my voice. Everything that I do is AI. Love AI. It helps me, learn how to do the content and hopefully I'll, get more personalized with it and create more stuff without necessarily the AI intervention. Um, or with a little bit of it because it is, pretty phenomenal. uh, so I'm learning new skills. Uh, Started this YouTube channel and, you know, taking the medical coding and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be as active as possible. In the meantime, I thought starting this channel, um, again, it starting this channel, if I can get together with people that are looking for jobs and we have the same kind of experiences, then it would be great to share that information together. Um, for example, the responses I do get for the jobs that I apply for that are like eager to hire me and bring me into these orientations and stuff are pretty much MLMs, scams, whether it's the travel industry, life insurance, that type of stuff. And I get mad every single time that I've fallen into it because they use names. They don't use on their job posting names that you can research that will tell you right up front through Google or Reddit that, beware of them. You're going to waste your time. It's a scam. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to waste a lot of time and money to get absolutely nowhere. So you get suckered in under these other names and then find out in the orientation process that you've wasted an hour or more of your time, trying to, you know, chase this job that you really don't want. So, yeah, it's kind of, it defeats the purpose sometimes. It really kind of upsets me. But, that being said, it's getting dark in here. I wonder if I can lighten up. Sorry, lighten up that light a little bit. Um, that being said, that's one of the reasons I really, really want to hopefully get in contact, and maybe I'll do this, if I get my equipment worked out, if get my sound and formatting worked out. I would really love to do this often and have some, conversations with people, whether it be on LinkedIn, um, the people on Facebook, anybody that's looking for a job that is experiencing what I'm experiencing, especially living in a rural area, focusing primarily on remote jobs. Oh, by the way, when you talk about remote jobs, you have all these YouTube creators, and I love you guys. I love the YouTube creators that focus on, work from home positions and all that kind of stuff. And they do all, you know, uh, celebrate their success helping people find jobs. But I have a few issues with some of those creators, and what they present, and how they present it. Um, but that can be a whole nother, you know, channel as well. Live as well, or discussion, because they get a lot of views, and I feel they're all sharing the same information, and some of that information is skewed to be supposed work from home jobs that aren't, or you don't need a certain level of experience, where clearly the job descriptions have clear requirements that you have to have a certain level of knowledge, education, and experience, and they'll just, yeah, yeah, just still apply. Um, and I have done that. I mean, really, I've gotten to the point where I've just thrown my resume at the wall to see what sticks. Um, but you know, uh, I really would also like to touch, on the fact that one of the challenges that I have, with the current job market is, and I just said earlier that I love AI, but one of the things that annoys me right now with looking for a job is when you do get responses and you are moving forward, it's very AI generated text messages and emails. It's like nobody picks up the phone and calls you. I don't think I've heard, aside from in the very beginning, when I reached out to a car dealership, personally, not through an application process. We had personal discussions about working for them, and they're phenomenal, by the way. Mark Dodge. If you need a vehicle, go to Mark Dodge. Um, they're in Louisiana. Phenomenal dealership, great people, love their southern accents. I wish I lived there and could work for them personally, because they are great. Um, and if you're a car salesperson, and live in that area, just know that you would probably be treated very well working for them. Uh, so, just kudos to Mark Dodge. Uh, but aside from that, I don't think I've talked personally on the phone to an HR person to actually interview me. It's been all of these online AI text messages, AI emails, AI click this link and give us some more information and do another test. And um, yeah, I have never been in the job market where you didn't hear a human voice, when they were at least interested in you. Even the MLMs, the desperate people, it's all AI. You're just communicating. I even tested some of them in test messages and asked really ridiculous questions that they didn't know how to answer, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not talking to a human, this is just an AI set up to, lead me down the path to go to the orientation or sign up, or, send some more information." Um, so yeah, these are things that I would like to talk on. I know I'm rambling because this is my first live video. It's taken a lot to get me to this point. I'm hoping to be guests and have guests in regards to ex-Scientologists, ex-Jehovah Witnesses, high control work groups. Really, I've been in the position where I've worked for at least two high control workplaces that really messed with my brain. So I would love to talk to people that have also experienced that. Um, and just kind of grow the channel. I'm not monetized, but I would like to get there, because I need some groceries. I need some moolah. I need the experience. And I mean, everything's social media related these days. So it doesn't hurt to learn um, how things work. So, yeah, if you watch this, if I leave it up, if I go back and watch it and I can actually hear myself and leave it up, then please feel free to comment and give me some feedback. And don't be mean. Um, I'm not gonna go there. Don't don't really care about negativity. I would like it to be proactive and for people to build one another up. Um, oh, wait, I actually have a comment. Um, Amber Martin. I've fallen for those scam interviews. I think I'm having issues because my age and experience. Oh my God, yes. You say I'm 55 now and don't want to manage anymore. I'm getting the you're overqualified, you won't be happy. I'm 58. I have been all the way to the top of call centers, operations management, all that kind of stuff. And I know where you're at. I know I'm being kind of overlooked and kicked to the curb. First of all, because people in our position, they're thinking we want a lot of money. They're thinking we want the power and the money, and want to come in and kind of take over because of our age and our experience, when they can get somebody probably right out of college that's going to be more malleable, more trainable, so to speak, and maybe they assume they can pay them less than what they assume we want, and they don't even give us the opportunity. Uh, I've seen that happen so many times being in a call center environment. I've been in so many call centers that have shut down and been bought out, and uh, or new accounts have come in, and they'll wipe the older people that have been there for a long time. They'll get them into early retirement or um, a layoff situation, and then backfill them with people that are younger and cheaper and don't have the overhead that the previous person in the position did, that they found a way to manipulate out of the position. So that bias, the age bias, and I hate to say age discrimination because it's kind of hard to prove. Companies find a way to not make that very observable or documentable. And I'm one of those people that I can point out age discrimination, sex discrimination, all that kind of stuff, but I never document it. I just want to prove that I'm better than that, or I'm part of the game, or I'm doing great for the organization, until it comes back and bites me. And then I don't have the documentation to prove any of that. Um, but I know where you're coming from, Amber. That's that's kind of why I think I am where I am. I even going through the Idaho Launch Program and getting the medical coding, medical transcription. Well, I'm getting the medical coding certificate. Um, and then after that, I'm going to get a certificate in medical psych assistant. You say, I want a job with no stress at the stage in my life. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could just put together my own company where, I could hire people like us that just, I don't know, stuff envelopes. Do something that helps people. I think that's one of the reasons I like the YouTube thing. It's just so sad that it's so hard to get monetized. Um, eh, I like the YouTube format because the people that can get monetized and get to that level where at least helps them pay a few bills, it's very very, I don't wanna say easy because I see a lot of them editing and all that kinda stuff and focused on all and some of them get way over the top. But you can do what you love, whether it's stressful, whether it's active, whether it's adventuresome, um, cooking, crocheting, whatever. And if you do it right and you can get a following, you can have a little money in your pocket. It's just hard to get there. I like the format. I think it's great, and I really, really, I'm a kind of a fangirl over a lot of the creators that I've watched for years and years and years. For example, you might see, if you watch my channel, you might see in my about section that eventually I want to be a van lifer. I don't know if it'll be full time or part time, which is one of the reasons I want a remote job, that I can, if I want to travel, that I can take with me, that I can do on the road, you know? Um, I have worked all my life. Like you, I'm in my 50s, I'm 58, Amber. And I've worked since I got out of high school. Um, Never been married, but I raised a child, and I've worked all the time, and I've never traveled, I've never experienced anything, and I kinda wanna slow down and just see some sights and be in nature and just breathe, you know? My mother died at, like, 65, 66. My grandmother died at, like, 72. I'm 58. If genetics are giving me a sign, I don't have a whole lot of life left, and I kinda don't wanna be stressed out working my fingers to the bone until I die or retire, you know? Um, so I kinda want a no stress job, or if it is stressful, it's a stress that I find fulfilling. There are types of stress that aren't necessarily bad, that can be challenges, that can inspire and instill a sense of, progression, growth, and even at this age, I'm not opposed to that, um, if I can more be healthy while doing it. So not necessarily opposed to a certain amount of stress, uh, just that toxic stress that I want to avoid. I've had enough of toxic stress in my life. Um, but the fact that in looking for a job, you can't even talk to a human HR recruiter most times and explain that to them and say, hey, I'll answer the phones. I don't need to manage. I'll take messages. I don't need to lead people. I don't need to, be at your top rung. And give me a chance. You'll probably find that my experience will make me better at this level you think I'm overqualified for. Maybe that's what I want. Give us a chance. um, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I try to look back and think when I tried to hire people, what I thought when I saw beefier resumes. Did I look at it that way? Did it when I looked at a beefy resume that kind of showed me based on the years and the types of positions that they had, that they might have been overqualified for the positions that I had posted? Did I look at it that way? I'm thinking I didn't. I'm hoping if I look back that I was like, "Oh, heck, if I can get this person in my department, then I'm gonna try if they'll accept the hourly rate that I have, for the position. Otherwise, I'm gonna try and get them in another department because look at this resume." Um, yeah, it's insane, it's crazy. But, whether this anybody else that comes into the video, Amber, thank you for communicating with me again. This is like such a test. This is the first time I've gone live. This is intimidating as heck. But I do want to talk to people. I do want to talk to people like you and people that are going through the same struggles I am, because maybe we can learn from another. If simply to avoid the MLMs to avoid the, scams and all that kind of stuff and not waste our time there, or to maybe help one another with our resumes, with, talking things through. I'd also like to talk about the stress, the health problems, because I don't know about you, Amber, or anybody else that's listening or will watch, but the mental and physical challenges that come from bills getting behind, financial status being reduced, um, and facing the unknown of when you're going to have a reliable income and maybe benefits. That can create a lot of challenges mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I'd really like to maybe talk more about that with people that are in my same situation so that we can talk one another through it, because I know my for myself, I fight even outside of being unemployed. I fight chronic depression, anxiety. I have a bit of PTSD from, former workplace and experiences and childhood experiences and stuff like that. Um, so, I having a community or having somebody, even if it's a handful of people that are experiencing the same challenge, uh, to be able to talk those challenges through and let each other know that you're not alone if you're feeling frustrated. You're not alone if you're feeling embarrassed and anxiety stricken. Um, Amber, you said the mental health challenges are real and sometimes overwhelming. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Um, it's very overwhelming. And I think at this point it's probably, aside from the financial issue, be the financial issue is the foundation right now for me. I am not making the money I made before. I have very little time left for unemployment benefits. And if I don't find a job soon, and this is what I think about 24/7. I go to bed thinking about it. Who knows what kind of dreams I'm having? Thank God I'm not remembering them right now. Um, but the emotional and mental challenges are, yeah, it's difficult, and it would be nice to, like, Amber, you come in and you say, I'm having the challenge of people to, based on my age, I think that's what's going on, and it's so uh, bonding for me to hear that I'm not the only one going through it. And I know other people are going through it, but I'm not talking to them. I'm not seeing them. I'm not hearing a voice or seeing a message or chatting with them. So the interpersonal connection, I feel, can help us, navigate, if not helping one another figure out the job situation, which is kind of out of our hands to some degree. At least we can help one another navigate how we're feeling about it, because I think we're all feeling the same frustration and embarrassment and pride, attack to our pride, especially if you've excelled to some degree in previous, positions, and then you find that you can't even, get a job answering phones or doing data entry, remotely or something like that. It's like, what the heck? Did you not see my resume? What I'm capable of? Should I just dumb it down and pretend I've never done any of that stuff? If that is that the problem? Um, maybe I would love to know if somebody's dumbed down their resume and got a job, because I'm thinking about dumbing down my resume. Are they like you, Amber? Are they looking at it being too experienced, too much, or is it an age thing or a combination? Um, it's difficult, and you know, uh, I don't know. Again, this is my first live discussion. I don't know if I'm going to do this daily. I might try. Um, just so I can get into the groove and learn how to do it and do it, right. and maybe get some view hours in for the analytics for YouTube, and maybe some subscribers and stuff. Um, but I'm if I don't do it daily, I might do it a few times a week. I'm playing with that idea. This is kind of scary for me, but it is what it is. You can't learn and you can't grow and you can't move on if you don't try. And so, minus having a job opportunity, I'm going to try whatever I can to grow and learn and do things in the meantime. Not making any money from it, but oh, and by the way, anybody that watches this that does have a job or is a company owner or whatever, in my about section, I do have a link tree where you can contribute, because I do not have a monetized channel, and I am struggling because I'm unemployed. So if you want to help me out financially, there are links in there where you can help me out financially. If you want my resume and you're looking to hire me or Amber or whomever, and you're an employer, please feel free to email me or get in contact with me, message me. Um, at rabbitflea@yahoo.com. So yeah, I kind of want to talk to people. If it doesn't help somebody else, I it helps me, because otherwise, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here and just watching YouTube. You're watching other people and just feeling sorry for myself. So I, you know, I'd rather talk to people and have a community and grow some friendships and learn from one another. I see, Amber, that you said you're thinking about dumbing yours down as well. That would be an interesting test. When I thought about it, about dumbing down my resume, I thought about, because I go on Indeed, LinkedIn, and Swooped. I like Swooped. Um, I don't really use many of the others right now. Those are my three top application sites that I use. And I thought that if I dumb down my resume, I might just do it on one of those job search engines. And then, or, maybe have three different versions, and see which ones I get bites from. I don't want to dumb it down and put it on all. I don't know. I don't know. It's a thought I'm having, kind of a test project. I mean, I started out even doing a very, because I'm 58, I have decades of job experience. So, I mean, I only went so far back and said, if you want more employment information, let me know. Um, and then I changed it and then put everything on there, because my medical experience in the medical field was when I first got into the job market. So, in terms of a medical focused resume, I went that far back. Um, and so I have two different resumes, and neither one of those are getting any bites right now. Um, I think, I don't know. Uh, Let me ask, if you're still here, Amber, can I ask, do you live in a rural area, or do you live in a city? Um, what type of area do you live in? In terms of having a lot of job opportunities around you, because my I would so go down the street and work for somebody if they were hiring. Um, and I'm sure there's some jobs available around me, but I'm not qualified for them. I mean, anytime I go and look what's available around me, it's not something I have the skill set to do. Um, or I get paid more for unemployment right now. That's pretty bad. Um, but I'm I'm wondering if people are having the same challenges in larger communities. I live in the mountains of North California, about an hour from Sacramento. So that's pretty much away from big cities and stuff. So you're in the same position as me. You're probably more focused on hopefully a remote position or yeah. Um, I really thought that when I got laid off, I would be in like flint. I've never had a problem finding a job ever. I mean, I might have been out of work a few weeks, but during those few weeks, I was going from one interview to another. It was exhausting. I was interviewing all the time to experience now that I've been out of work since January and the handful of interviews I've had have been well, one was legit. One was legit locally. I didn't get it. I kind of think it was because of my age. um, but in a remote sense, they've all pretty much been scammy, kind of sketchy, the ones that I have been interviewed for. So to think for 6 months and hundreds of job applications that I've not had a legit interview aside from the local one is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And I think that part of it is because of everything being so managed by artificial intelligence now. There's not a lot of human fingers in the process anymore that look at your resume and go, "Oh, wow." I think the resumes go in and AI generated algorithm picks out the best qualified people and whittles it down for the humans, and then the humans make their decisions based on you know uh, maybe some age, maybe some gender. I don't wanna put it out there like that. I really don't because I'm hoping I wasn't like that when I was hiring people. But coming from the other side of not being, an applicant that's, highly desired, in positions that I'm overqualified for is kinda and, I don't know, it kinda ticks me off. It's kinda like what Amber said earlier. Amber says, "I've never been out of work more than 2 weeks myself. Had one interview ask me if I had a mortgage and what my spirit animal is." Oh my god. Is that a violation? I think your mortgage is a violation of, something. You're only allowed to ask certain things in an interview. That kinda seems and the spirit animal? Oh my god. Oh my. Maybe I should take some oracle cards to an interview and be like, yeah, yes, no, maybe." I don't know, or an 8 ball or something. Um, Gosh, that's crazy. What animal spirit are you? My animal spirit's probably my black lab that's over here. Her name's Cora. She's a year and a half years old, and I'm completely amazed. And one of the reasons I've never gone live is because she is jealous of everything I touch. If I have my cell phone in my hands, my iPad in my hands, my laptop in my hands or on my lap, she is in my lap pushing it away. She's like a child. She can't stand it. So it's kind of one of the reasons I've never gone live, or, I've had a few SPTV ex-Scientologists say that, they would want to talk to me, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be seen or heard on a live. And part of that is because my dog is like an infant, just wants complete attention, but she's like totally out right now. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Amber says, "I said dogs because I love dogs." That would be me. That would so be me. Um, but anyway, Amber, I so thank you for being my spirit animal, my dog spirit animal today. Oh, and since I'm home, I played with temporary tattoos. These are not real. These are not real. So I'm not getting denied because I have tattoos. I'm not being judged because I just put these on yesterday because I had nothing better to do. So I put on some temp tattoos. Yeah, yeah, they're so cool. Anyway, a little bit about me. Again, Amber, thank you for joining me today. I will, subscribe, notify my channel, share the channel. again, I might try and play with this tomorrow. Invite some people, whether they're working or not, even if it's just a community that just talks about mental health and emotionals and challenges. I'm with that. I'm good for that because right now I have nothing better to do. So yeah, it has been great. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and hopefully we'll talk soon. Good luck, Amber. Thank you. Bye bye. If I can find my mouse. Oh, there we are. Bye bye.